Man, how we doing, YouTube? Chi Productions here, man. Hope you had a great day today, man. I'm tired as hell, and I'll tell you that. But today we have a very infuriating topic, man. The Glizzy Goblin, Glizzy Gladiator herself, freaking Maegan Hall. Y'all remember Maegan Hall? She was a cop from Laverne, Tennessee, with that huge sex scandal. She was having sex with her coworkers in the police station, like while on duty, sending photos and text messages and whatnot. You know, then she comes out, tries to play the victim, like she was, you know, like she was forced to do it or whatever, and then tries to sue the city. And they came up with a verdict or whatever last week or 12, maybe like 2 weeks ago, something like that. But it's wild, man. It's wild. Let's get into this, man.
Thank you, Katie. You may remember the eyebrow-raising sex scandal that rocked the Laverne Police Department. We first told you about the mess in January of last year. The shocking details sounded like a bad movie script, made national news, as 5 officers and then the police chief all fired. The city then found itself facing a lawsuit filed by a former female officer. Well, tonight word comes the city has settled the case with a hefty payment. Our Nikki Hauser heard directly from city leaders.
After that scandal, former police officer Maegan Hall sued the city. Then tonight, over a year later, the city of Laverne held a special meeting in which they decided they would pay out Maegan Hall $500,000.
500,000 clams? 500,000 clams to this slut? Bro, she gets to have motherfuckers run the fucking Polar Express on her ass, and she gets a hefty payout. Yeah, she got fired, but she got out. She got fucking $500,000 out of her. What did those other officers get? And yeah, they deserve to get fired. They shouldn't get anything, but she shouldn't get anything either, man. Like, what the fuck is this? It's a load of dirty barnacles to me, man. It's a load of tartar sauce, bro. And the other thing is, the amount of time that it took for this to be settled, like in court, is actually crazy. And the fact that there was only like one fucking dude who had the balls to step up and try and say the right thing. Y'all gonna see it in a second, but it's very annoying. And then her statement at the end, I've seen this video like 3 or 4 times already before recording this, and every time I watch it, her statement at the end makes me the most mad every goddamn time, man.
Officially ending that lawsuit.
Motion to approve as it is reading here.
It took less than 5 minutes.
No.
Alderman Hobbs?
Aye.
Alderman Haas?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Dunn?
Aye.
Motion passes.
5 minutes is diabolical. That is an abomination. Are you freaking kidding me, man? Come on.
The Laverne city leaders to say yes, they'll pay former police officer Maegan Hall $500,000.
What message is that send to all the other employees?
Alderman Dennis Waldron was the only dissenting vote.
He's sending a message out to everybody in the world, said, come to Laverne, sue Laverne because they're going to settle.
The city as a whole now agreeing to pay Hall, but denying any admission of liability.
It's hard being in the minority.
This after the story of the Laverne police sex scandal exploded early last year, revealing a pattern of inappropriate activity inside the department. Reports detail sex between officers on duty and on city property, intimate photos and videos shared among officers, and silence from the police chief, who was clued into what was happening.
Convince her to engage in sexual activity that she didn't want to.
Hall and her lawyer claim it was a hostile work environment that groomed her.
While I was aspiring to protect my community, the Laverne Police Department was not protecting me.
He, along with 4 other officers and the police chief, were fired. Hall talked to News Channel 5 about the affair early last year.
I know what most people are saying. You know, you could have said no. I get it. But my response to them is that I did say no, and he wouldn't take it for an answer. Eventually, I gave in from pressure.
Wednesday's vote ends both Hall's lawsuit against the city and against 3 of her former superiors in the department.
We have improved a lot.
As the city still works to rebuild trust in the public eye. Nikki Hauser, News Channel 5.
Okay, a few things here, man. The no admission of guilt but paying her out just tells me that they knew that she was probably lying and that she was fully, like, consensually involved in this. And it's been going on before, but they swept it under the rug before. But now they couldn't do that because she was filing a freaking lawsuit. And it only took a year for it to get settled. And less than 5 minutes. That's, something smells fishy there, man. It tells me at least that they know they did their investigation, and it was quickly determined that, you know, she definitely consented to all of this, but they didn't want the freaking headache that they already had before. They didn't want more of a headache. She's saying that she could have just said no, and that she did say no, and he wouldn't take no for an answer, and she got pressured into doing it. My response to that is, man, come on. Like, if that was, let's say for a second, for the purposes of this conversation, let's say that I believed it, which I don't, but for the purposes of this conversation, let's say I believed it, and she said no, and he kept pressuring her. Wouldn't, like, and the chief knew about it, about that stuff going on? If that's the case, and she knew that she couldn't have gone to her superior about it, you can work at a different police department, man. Like, you gotta quit and find a different job. Like, for real. And I know it's not always like that easy, but you could either get harassed at work and have sex at work when you don't want to, or find a different job and then have to deal with all of this shit. You know? Like, she is a full-ass adult, a full-grown adult. It's not like she's like a freshman in high school at like her first job or whatnot. She's a police officer, been there for how long? You know? And the other officers just get fired, and she gets fired, but then gets $500,000. And also, man, she just taking no accountability, man. She also had a husband too, man. She had a husband too. Like, that is gonna be so fucking embarrassing for him. And she wanted to say that she had no part in this and that she was groomed. I'm pretty sure I heard in one of the details of, like, she would send flirty texts and pictures to, like, her coworkers without them even asking for it. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that did come out. But that's going to do it for the video, man. I've been meaning to talk about this shit for a while. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But yeah, man, like, comment, subscribe if you want. You know, I really appreciate it. And man, she is a one dirty ass bitch. I see ya.